Which of the following has the lowest value? For problems like these, usually the fastest and most effective method is to compare each of these fractions to their 1/2 equivalent. In this case, half of 3 would be 1.5, half of 5 would be 4.5, etc. But as you do this, as you begin to do this, you'll notice that all of these numerators are greater than half of their denominator. Every single fraction here is greater than 1/2, so that solution is not going to work. However, what we can do is use logic to eliminate answer choices and use division to eliminate the rest down to our correct answer. So starting with logic, we know that the smaller a denominator is, the greater each unit fraction's value is. 1/3 is a much greater fraction than 1/13. So we can go ahead and eliminate the two greatest denominator fractions, 2/3 and 3/5. Between these three fractions, because of how high their numerators are, there are no other easy logical ways to eliminate these answer choices. You will have to start to divide each one of them. So in each case, we're going to be dividing our numerator by our denominator. And let's start with the two easier ones, the 9 going into 5 and 7 going into 4, to see if we can eliminate those faster. So 9 can't go into 5, so we need to add a decimal and a 0. 7 can't go into 4, so we need to add a decimal and a 0. 9 can go into 50 5 times. That would be 45, and when we subtract, we are left with 50. Over here, 7 can go into 40, also 5 times. When we subtract, we will be left with 50 as well. The next digit, 9 can go into 50 5 times again. And this is going to be a repeating pattern. We are always going to get 5, 5, 5, 5 over again. So this is the same thing as the decimal 0.55 repeating. For this one, we're done here. For this one, 7 can go into 50 7 times. 7 times 7 is 49. So we only really need two digits to be able to compare with. This one is 0.57. 0.57 is greater than 0.55 repeating, so we can eliminate 4/7. Now, between 5/9 and 7/13, let's just try one or two digits of this division to tell for sure. If you're really crunched for time, I would say pick the denominator that has the largest value, the 7/13, because logically that's likely going to be the lowest value fraction. But if you have time, you can go ahead and do this division very quickly. 13 cannot go into 7, so we need to add a decimal and add a 0. 13 can go into 7b. If all of these are around the same value, I am going to guess it at least has to go in 5 times, right? Because all of these fractions are greater than 1/2 or 0.5. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 1 is 6. So 5 times 13 would give us 65. And when we subtract, we are left with 50. Now, 9 is going to be able to go into 50 more times than 13 will, by nature of it being a smaller number. So by that logic alone, we don't have to do any more division. We can eliminate 5/9 and confidently pick 7/13 as our lowest value fraction.